The US government has paid for this and allowed it, encouraged it for generations. And we should not be surprised that the end result is genocide. But the net result was to convince Americans that they were under siege from global Islam, that there were a billion people trying to kill them. I felt this way myself. And many times I said on television, the problem is Islam, the problem is Muslim. And I hope that the people responsible for the genocide in the US and Israel are punished because of blackmail and threats and weakness. There are a lot of reasons why Israel has been able to control the United States for decades.
You've raised the war in Gaza a number of times throughout this interview, and you're very clear in your position on Gaza that it's unequivocally genocide.
Yeah.
You've also talked about the fact that the United States has provided a backstop for Israel for a lot of these conflicts and wars. So what is the United States' responsibility when it came to the war in Gaza?
Profound. It's profound. The last administration, this administration, both of them allowed this, paid for it, ran cover for it. Israel's been criticized throughout Europe, throughout the world, really, for its behavior, fairly. And the United States has attacked any country in any international body, including the United Nations, who stands up and says, well, what is this? This is genocide. And we attack them. No, we've made this possible. The United States made this possible. And that's one of the reasons that the idea that like criticizing Israel's behavior is anti-Semitism is like insane. I'm not playing along with it. That position creates anti-Semitism, which I oppose. But it's also like, the truth is, and I just said, I'll say it again, this is largely the fault, big picture, of the US government. The US government has paid for this and allowed it, encouraged it for generations. And we should not be surprised that the end result is genocide.
Without absolute and unlimited American support, Israel would never have had this level of boldness. Not in Gaza, not in Lebanon, and not even in its war with Iran. The problem is not just the weapons. It is the feeling that a superpower will pay, cover, and protect you from accountability. And when the result is genocide, responsibility does not stop with the one who carried it out. It also reaches the one who gave full cover.
We shouldn't be surprised. Like, this has been coming for a long time. Israel has completely changed. I feel sorry for Israel, but the Israel that I first visited decades ago bears no resemblance to modern Israel.
Is the United States complicit?
Of course, we paid for it. We made excuses for it. We made it possible. And there are weapons. Obviously, of course, we're complicit. That's one of the reasons I'm upset by it. That's my country. These are my tax dollars. This is my reputation. This is the moral authority of the nation that my ancestors built. So yes, I feel very implicated in this and enraged by it. And not primarily enraged at the Israelis, who I think are delusional for a bunch of different reasons. I don't think that's an Israeli-specific phenomenon. We felt a little bit of that after 9/11, when people bought the lies about there were many lies about 9/11, but the net result was to convince Americans that they were under siege from global Islam, that there were a billion people trying to kill them. I felt this way myself. And many times I said on television, the problem is Islam, the problem is Muslims. Like, they all want to kill us. They're all crazy. They're all in this lunatic suicide cult created by Muhammad in the 7th century. And I believe that. I was hysterical. I believed that.
After September 11th, the problem was not simply that people were afraid. A massive media machine portrayed Islam and Muslims as an existential threat to the West. Over time, many people came to believe that hostility toward Muslims was normal, even though it was the result of repeated, directed messaging, not real knowledge of Islam or Muslims.
No, that's not true. Nothing about that is true. But I believed it. So it's a little harder for me to judge Israelis when they're like, every Arab, Christian or Muslim, it doesn't matter. Arabs are by definition committed to the extermination of Jews, and we must kill them before they kill us. Like, they believe that. I think people are capable, I know because I have felt it myself, are capable of believing things like that, but they're deranged. And when you do believe something like that, what you need is a clear-thinking adult to correct you, just as your children need it when they go crazy, which they do. And your job as the parents to be like, nope, that's actually not real. Settle down. There are universal standards that apply to everybody. Some people are bad, some people are good. That's true of all people, including you. So settle down. I've had this talk with my own children, I'm sure you have too. And we should have that talk with Israel, but we haven't. Because of blackmail and threats and weakness, there are a lot of reasons why Israel has been able to control the United States for decades. But it almost doesn't matter what they are. It's ending. And I hope that we can restore, I hope that the people responsible for the genocide in the US and Israel are punished. They will be, I'm confident of that. After that, I hope that we can have a normal relationship with Israel. An allied relationship with Israel, a happy, normal, healthy relationship with Israel, not a master-slave relationship with Israel. That doesn't work.
This is all very bleak.
It's not bleak, it's good. It's good. It's good. Look, crimes will be punished in this life or the next, but the one thing we know is that justice exists. It's a natural reality. that we have no control over. When you do something, all is revealed in the end, period. And so the people responsible for killing innocents will be punished for that, as they should be.
You've spoken about justice and punishment and those who have either been complicit or funded the situation, the war in Gaza. Does that include, seeing Joe Biden punished, Donald Trump punished?
Of course. And, punishment, there's
no
hope.
In what way?
Well, there'd be no formal punishment for the leaders of anything in the United States because our leaders are exempt from punishment, formally. I mean, you mentioned the Afghan withdrawal. The only person punished for that debacle was Stu Scheller, who was a Marine colonel who complained about it, and they put him in jail for complaining about it. But the people who planned it and executed it and resulted in the deaths of a dozen Americans and God knows how many Afghans, they were rewarded for it. So, our system is broken in the most basic sense. People who tell the truth are punished. People who lie and kill are rewarded.